Hello, friendly people of the internet. I am Hyper Super Sora, and welcome back to Remembering Avatar, where I talk about the Avatar: The Last Airbender episodes completely from my memory, and then I watch the episode and see what I got wrong. Today, we're tackling the Avatar and the Fire Lord. This episode, Zuko and Aang learn about the past about Fire Lord Sozin and Avatar Roku. This is the episode where Zuko realizes the conflict within him is between his two great-grandfathers, Fire Lord Sozin and Avatar Roku. And Iroh tells him, you can't help absolve the sins of our family through embracing your mother's side. His mom was a descendant of a descendant of Avatar Roku. So Aang is kind of like his great-grandfather reincarnated? That's exactly what he is. Huh. Oh well. Because Zuko gets a message through the mail. It's just like, you need to know the truth about your great-grandfather. So he finds the secret catacombs, reads the thing about Fire Lord Sozin. It's just like, everybody already knows this shit. Goes, confronts Iroh, and Iroh gives him the little headpiece that Avatar Roku has. Says that this should be worn by the Crown Prince. And we see that Fire Lord Sozin gave that to Avatar Roku as like a parting gift when he went off to be the Avatar. Sozin and Roku were like best friends, shared everything, shared a birthday. Hey, they were brothers, essentially. And Aang learned the truth to them. This is also the episode where it goes, does the spirit world have a bathroom? As a matter of fact, they do not. Of course Sokka would know that. He's actually been. Yeah, past with Roku and Sozin. Brothers, did everything together, practiced together. Sozin always seemed to be the one that had the leg up, being the next Fire Lord and all, but he always seemed to be better than Roku in every way. But everything changed when Roku discovered that he was in fact the Avatar. So he went on his journey to become a fully fledged Avatar. Became friends with Monkey Yatso that Aang later became friends with too. Some friendships can last through lifetimes. And yeah, pretty much true. Learned water bending after that. Apparently Roku struggled with water like Aang struggled with earth. Then earthbending. We learned his earthbending teacher's name, but I can't remember it to save my life. A lifelong friend. It was hard work, but it was worth it. As we see Roku bend all four of the elements at once. Now, after that, he gets married to the girl that wouldn't give him a time of day at any point. And it's just like, look, Roku, it's that girl. And I got married. Hey, look, Roku, it's that girl who wouldn't pay attention to you when you were younger. Yeah, I became the Avatar. One of the most powerful people on the planet. But he's like that. Roku, you're not as good as Iroh, but sure, why not? And Sozin asks something after they reunited. It's just like most of my subjects bow to me. For you, there's an exception. Hugs him. Sozin makes a proposition to Roku. Help take over the world with me. What? No. On my wedding day, too? Yeah. Sozin wants to pretty much unite the world under one nation. The Fire Nation. Now, we do see something similar happen in Korra's time with Republic City. This one's a little more conquesty. So, Roku says, okay, leave it at that. But, because there's always a but, Sozin goes through and makes colonies in the Earth Kingdom. Roku confronts him, tells him, cut that shit out. I could have killed you, but I didn't because we're friends. Anyway, cut that shit out or I'm going to have to do something about you. Yeah, very quick to murder. To be fair, his regret is just like, I should have killed my best friend. Yeah, no. But Years go by, they're both old men, and Roku's home on a volcano erupts, and he's trying to fight it off, and he's winning for the most part. Then he starts to lose, then Sozin comes over and helps on his dragon. Fuck yeah. Does this weird bending trick where he's like taking the kinetic energy, the heat, the steam, or whatever out and redirecting it somewhere else. But then they have to make their escape, and Sozin has a... And Roku is basically down and out, and Sozin has the chance to help him. It's just like, no. All my plans can be realized as long as you're dead. Thus leaves him to die, and Bang, his dragon, stays there with him. And thus, Sozin goes on to commit the air genocide, killing all the airbenders, but he knows, he feels, mainly because the sage just told him, the Air One is still alive. And he wasted his entire life trying to find Aang to kill him. To be fair, he'd have to go through like 2 more other avatars after that point, so... what's the point? I guess it's because they were kind of the weakest of the nations, not having a military, being monks and all. But yeah, would have had to take down a water and an earth avatar before you get your fire one that you could, handcraft into your own specific weapon. And that took... Aang lasted 160 years. Korra, unknown. Genshi, unknown. Fire Avatar, unknown. Let's go with the average. Say each avatar has the lifespan of Kyoshi, like 230 years. Almost a century. Almost 1,000 years before you get that fire avatar that you can mold into your own weapon. By that point, the war will be over. Anyway. Ends with Zuko realizing the past about his 2 great-grandfathers. And Aang and the gang. Aang, friendships can really last lifetimes, blah, blah, blah. And Sokka being all scientific and skeptical. Oh, shut up and hold hands! Fine episode, I'm pretty sure I'm missing something. Not quite sure though yet. So let's just watch it and see what I missed. Okay, so just got done watching the episode. 1. I already mentioned this, but poop joke, minus 20 points. But some things I forgot. This episode basically just starts with Aang dreaming about Roku, telling him to come visit him on the summer solstice on his home island. Okay. Then we get into past stuff. I pretty much hit the nail on the head this episode. But some little details I pointed out. Now, I did the back in the napkin math for Roku's age, and he apparently died when he was only like 53. Because if we're going by what Monkey Yatsu said, he wanted to tell Aang that he was the Avatar at the age of 16. So if they did that to Roku, the last Avatar, then it said he spent 12 years becoming the Avatar. Then he didn't speak to Sozin for like 25 years after they fought. Roughly 53, 54. That's how old Avatar Roku was before he... We also do get the names of Roku's wife and the earthbending teacher. We don't know anything about who trained him as an air nomad. He was there with Monkey Yatsu, but Monkey Yatsu wasn't an airbending master yet, thus no tattoos. Sud? I think that's what they called the earthbending teacher. And his wife is like Tae Ming, something like that. Well, apparently he had a kid, so... I don't think he got to see his granddaughter. Yeah, granddaughter. It would have been Zuko's mom. Also, Sozin's comet was named originally the Great Comet. How original. Yeah, I like the new name better. Little Roku points out that love gets better when you're older. Very true, especially for guys. Anyway. One question I have. One single solitary question. the like crown thing that Roku had and had throughout his life and death, blah blah blah. How did Iroh get his hands on that? Then to give to Zuko. Not only get his hands on that, but have it hidden away in his cell. I don't get it. Also, I like a little fun detail is that when Aang enters the spirit world, it's not the him that has hair, it's the bald him still wearing the airbender clothes, because that's how he sees himself. Like I keep saying, Aang is last airbender first, Avatar second, even though the world wants him to be the Avatar right now. I also like to point out, it's always the same thing. Blue dragon versus red dragon. Always that. Now, a part of me questioned, wait a minute, blue and red dragon, like that future episode? No, Fang died. They're different dragons. They're not related. Blue one could be, but I don't think it is. Anyway, it's always a blue and red dragon facing off against each other. Always. But the scene where Iroh tells Zuko about his great-grandfather's feud, and the cinematography in that showing that is Zuko is the one who's caged. He's in a cell. He's behind the bars while Iroh is free. Iroh has reached his enlightenment. He has no turmoil inside of his heart. Or due to anything, really. Zuko does. Through his wanting to do good and his wanting to be bad. The conflict between his two great-grandfathers' wills, essentially. Oh, the family feud. Haha. Also, Iroh sent the note. Who did he get to give that note to Zuko? How did he get a pen and paper? How did he get invisible ink that only shows up once the paper is at a hotter temperature? Iroh, how are you pulling this shit off, man? I know you're amazing. I know you were a general. And I know you probably have connections to literally everybody. We also see that you made friends with one of the guards, so probably that's a help out. But how the fuck are you getting this shit, man? The fucking ancient artifact that Roku had. His spirit self even has it. Yeah. His spirit self is even wearing it. So clearly that's part of his identity. Just like how Aang is bald. And how the hell did you send that note? Who sent that note? I know it was Iroh, but who was the messenger? I want to know. Iroh, you have so many questions behind you. Where is my Iroh spin-off series? Who are we kidding? That's gonna end when the main series starts. When he gets on that goddamn boat with Zuko. Anyway. The Avatar and the Fire Lord. What did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it as much as I did? This episode is actually pretty good. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. And subscribe for weird Uncle Iroh mysteries. Don't forget to hit that little notification bell to see when I upload all the time. Until next time, in Hyper Super Sora, sayonara.